Hi, everyone. I'm Sam Wilson Jr., and welcome to a very special summer episode of the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. The music podcast on where I interview singers and musicians from genres of black music: gospel, jazz, blues, old school classic soul, old school hip hop, today's hip hop and R&B, Caribbean, Latin, Afrobeat, Afro-Latina, blue-eyed soul, disco, go-go, line dances, and the Lost 45s. So come with me as I take you on to a trip to the destination genre of black music. Right now, on a very special summer episode of the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Legal Shield is a proud sponsor of the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Have you been involved in any types of accidents? Have you been a victim of identity theft? Have you been a victim of a computer fraud scam? Have you been in disputes with your tenants or landlords? If your loved one dies and they didn't write up a will for you or for your family, or you and your spouse are filing for divorce, or if you need help by opening up your small business, give Legal Shield a try. Visit their website at LegalShield.com and tell them you heard it here on the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Do it today. You'll be glad you did. Welcome to a very special summer episode of the Black Soul Music Experience. I'm Sam Wilson Jr. Hope you and your families are having a wonderful and safe summer. Now, before I start, I want to say thank you all for tuning in to season 5 of the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. We wrapped everything up on Tuesday, June 30th. Now that my podcast is on summer vacation, but we have some other stuff that I wanted to share with you, so I'll tell you about that later on. But let's get to some real good stuff that I got a chance to check out this past weekend. In the Boogie Down Bronx, New York, I got a chance to check out the old school hip hop Old Timers Day celebration at Olinville Park, located on Barnes Avenue between East 215th and East 216th Streets in the Williamsbridge, Olinville section of the Boogie Down Bronx, New York. Now, I did not see this flyer or ad, but I saw it recently on my Instagram right after the 4th of July holiday. It was word of mouth. So I said, let me go check it out. And number 2, the weather was nice, comfortable, less humid. So I had to take care of some of my usual chores before I leave my apartment. That's the first thing, because the event started at 12 noon and it stayed until 7. So I said, let's take care of the most important things first, and that's doing my house chores and get that out of the way. And I didn't leave my apartment until 4:15. So I got there at around 4:45, 5 o'clock. And when I got to Barnes Avenue and East 215th Street, it was packed. And I saw the playground. I thought it was going to be up in the playground, but they had it blocked on Barnes Avenue. So special shout out to City Councilman Kevin C. Riley for bringing this free concert on the block and keeping it free. I got a chance to see some of the old school hip hop legends, and you never know who I bumped into. I bumped into one of my church members who once lived in that section. I got a chance to bump into my IS 144 classmate. There was a Truman classmate, but she was further up right by the stage. So, like I said, I got there at 5 o'clock, even though it was from noon to 7. you be in the sun all toasted up, sunburn and everything. So it's better for me to wait and let it cool down a bit so I get a chance to see some of the rappers. I took a couple of pictures while I was over there, and you would not believe who I got a chance to see. But before that, I was seeing DJ Hollywood playing all of the mix. He was playing some old school classic soul. By the time I got to Barnes Avenue, I see a few tents on each side of the block and started playing some of that old school classic soul. I was dancing to that on the street. And by the time DJ Chuck Chillout came out to bring us some of the old school hip hop rappers, I got a chance to see Peter Guns. He's originally from the Boogie Down Bronx. He was performing a couple of some of his new songs. You probably may see it on iTunes or on YouTube. But he had his top 10 debut hit, which was back in 1997. So if you're coming from the Bronx where everything happens, so tell you where you're from. Uptown, baby. Uptown, baby. It's right, baby. With it, the crown, baby. So, excuse me, he was best known for that. So I got a chance to see Peter Guns. The next one I got a chance to see was Grandmaster Melly Mel of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. They were the second hip hop artist to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They were known for that top 10 hit, The Message. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep them going under. I'm sure you'll remember that. First time they were playing that on black radio, crossed over too. And I got a chance to see Dougie Fresh, best known for his hit The Show. They sampled off from the cartoon show Inspector Gadget, known for his sound effects and all. So he performed a couple of his tunes called "Hey Yo, I," and his other one, "Freaks," with Vicious, although Vicious wasn't there, but he was known for doing those trademark sampling. So that was Dougie Fresh. He still looked good. I didn't know he was from the Caribbean. So just to tell you about that hip hop started everywhere. Started from Jamaica, West Indies, where you had DJ Kool Herc. Speaking of DJ Kool Herc, he was there and he was known for bringing his two turntables, his mixer, and his big Mama Hoofer speakers. Travel around the Boogie Down Bronx, especially in the South Bronx. So DJ Kool Herc was there, and he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the class of 2023. So congrats to DJ Kool Herc. Now, I mentioned Grandmaster Melly Mel, Peter Guns, and Dougie Fresh, and you would not believe who had stopped by on stage. LL Cool J was there. I saw him all the way from the stage, and I was in the middle of Barnes Avenue with some of the other folks, and he still looks good. He still got that cap, coming all the way from Queens, where he was born and bred and raised in Queens. Now, LL Cool J will be on a new spinoff of NCIS NY, which will be airing this fall on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. So LL Cool J had made a guest appearance, and I stayed for Parrish Smith, half of EPMD. They're known for their hits, Strictly Business, and So What You Saying. So that closes it out. So I was there from quarter to 5 until it ended at 7 p.m. So I got a chance to see some of the legends, even though I was all the way far back towards East 215th Street and Barnes Avenue. But I got a chance to see legends close up. Okay. So even though I took pictures, even though I had to do my little finger, but seriously, folks, I got a chance to see all the legends, including LL Cool J, Paris Smith of EPMD, Dougie Fresh, Grandmaster Melly Mel, and Peter Guns. And of course, the DJs, DJ Hollywood and DJ Chuck Chill Out. Now, this was makeup time from the other event that I had missed that was back in June. And I had to miss that one on that first Saturday of June. They had the Black Music Month appreciation. I had to miss that one. And it was MC Rock. And the only person that was missing was my late former church member, Tanya Clark Ingram. And she was friends with MC Rock. So I said to myself, I wish I could have interviewed MC Rock. And of course, another rapper who was there last year, and she was there this year, but unfortunately, she passed away. Her name was Sparky D. That's the one with the freckles. And she's from Brooklyn, New York's Brownville section. Her mother was white and her father was black. So rest in peace to my former church member, Miss Tanya Clark Ingram, and also rest in peace to Sparky D. Now make sure you check out Sparky D. She has some singles out available on iTunes. And make sure you check out MC Rock. She was part of the group called The Funky Four, plus one more is available on iTunes. You can check out the videos on YouTube. So this was makeup time from June, but I got a chance to see it. Yes, it was word of mouth. I saw it on my Instagram and I said to myself, I don't want to miss this one because when I see DJs in between playing music before the performer gets on stage, this is an example that what I'll be doing in August for my guest, Monica Hamlet. And she'll be coming from Detroit. Originally, it was supposed to have been August 22nd, but because of last minute looking for venues, which is getting to be so expensive, I will be playing the music in between, and I'm scheduled for September 22nd. So there you have it, folks. That's my report on what I got a chance to see some real old school hip hop legends on that Saturday, July 11th. So that's my report, and I got a chance to see everybody. So to those that I didn't get a chance to see, when it started at 12 noon, but the most important thing is that even though it extended until 7 o'clock, I got a chance to see some of the rest. So again, special shout out to Bronx Councilman Kevin C. Riley for bringing the free concert to the community, for the community, and by the community. So thank you all for tuning in to this very special summer episode. Now, before I go, I have some good news to share with you. Now, normally I usually do the Black Soul Music Experience podcast report on my Facebook homepage. The problem was I had it private, but then a few ladies that I met on Alignable who are virtual AI experts, we had it open to the public. So for those of you who wanted to check out my podcast episodes, but had a hard time getting on to the links, it depends on your internet carrier and the computer product. So I have no control of that. Only thing I can tell you that all of my podcast episodes is going through riverside.fm link, streaming through Spotify. And if you do have Spotify on your smartphones, make sure you check out this episode because once I release this episode, it's going to go straight to Spotify and I'll be branching it out to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And good news, I have a new and improved website. So make sure you check out my website. It's the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast.com. There you will find the new and improved website through WordPress. Everything is all new. All you need to do is just go to the upper right-hand corner and click on to my Facebook, and that will automatically get you to my Black Soul Music Experience Podcast homepage on Facebook. So if you enjoy all of the episodes that I've uploaded so far for season 5, after I've opened it up to the public, leave your comments, replies. Make sure it's positive vibes that you enjoyed the episode, because we had to put in some rules and regulations on my Facebook homepage or Instagram. It's a place for business and not for personal reasons. So we had to put in those rules and regulations for that. On a happier note, I have a spin-off, ladies and gentlemen, and you will find it on Substack. It's the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast Report, and it's on Substack. So for those of you who may have a hard time getting onto Patreon to make your donations, I'm branched out to Substack. And please check out the Substack videos on YouTube. All you need to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel. Sometimes you'll see the stuff on Riverside, and sometimes you'll see some of my reports coming out of Substack. So again, thank you all for tuning in to my podcast. And for those who I have interviewed on my podcast, and now they're joining my Facebook homepage. Special shout out to Nikki Heath, my returning guest, also to Bernard Capodici, my new guest, and also to Janine and her husband, Tracy Smith. I've interviewed them for season 4. Thank you so much for joining my Black Soul Music Experience Podcast homepage on Facebook. So again, to those that may have a hard time getting on to the links, depending on your internet provider, now I have opened it up to the public, so it'll be easier for all of y'all for tuning in to the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. So again, thank you all for tuning in to this very special summer episode. Now, make sure you download all of the old school hip hop rappers that I just talked about already. I mentioned Peter Guns, Grandmaster Melly Mel of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, Dougie Fresh, Parrish Smith of EPMD, and LL Cool J. Download all of those artists that I just mentioned on this very special summer episode of the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Visit iTunes.com, Spotify.com, or purchase a CD at Amazon.com. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know more about my podcast, please visit my website at the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast.com. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to check out this special summer episode, please subscribe to the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast. Look for me on these 5 platforms. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Pocket Cast. And the link is riverside.fm/studio/Samuel-Wilson Jr.'s. Don't forget to add the S at the end, -studio. And be sure to look for this. I will be posting this episode on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And if you have a hard time getting on to riverside.fm, then please become a member and please make your donations to help me continue with my podcast, because we have a lot of Black music stories out there that needs to be told and needs to be exposed. Make sure you become a member and subscribe to patreon.com. All you need to do is go to your computer, put in your email address, put in your password, and go to the Patreon homepage. And when you get to the Patreon homepage where you see all of the different Patreon shows done by different creators, don't forget to go to the search box and type in the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast 6, number 6. And where you see all of my Patreon shows and everything. And we have a new profile picture that we just put up. You're going to be seeing the same backdrop, same yellow circle, Looney Tunes type, same black lettering, new picture. For season 6, we're adding Madonna, blue-eyed soul, pop, disco, dance, part of the MTV, VH1, BET generation. So that is our new profile picture for season number 6, Madonna. So, as I said, folks, please check out the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Your donations really helps. Make sure you make your donation to Patreon and also make your donation to Substack. Make sure you check out the Black Soul Music Experience podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, or wherever you get your podcast. And there are some other platforms that my podcast is on, which is not legendary. And make sure that you go to my YouTube home channel. Make sure you check out this episode. I will be posting it on my YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/the Black Soul Music Experience. If you have a hard time getting on there, just go to the YouTube homepage and go to the search box and type in the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. Click the magnifying glass and be sure to look for my picture. I'm wearing a tuxedo. And please click the subscribe button. If you like this episode, if you love my podcast, please subscribe, please support, please give me a thumbs up, and please pass it on. Thank you for joining me as I close out this very special summer episode of the Black Soul Music Experience. Well, that's about it for this edition of the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. I'm Sam Wilson Jr. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be back on Tuesday, August 25th for season number 6. The Black Soul Music Experience podcast is sponsored by the support of listeners and viewers like you. If you want to know more about my podcast, please visit my website at theblacksoulmusicexperiencepodcast.com. And if you enjoyed my podcast, please subscribe to the Black Soul Music Experience podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Pocket Cast. And please check out my audio and video podcast episodes by becoming a member and subscribe to patreon.com/the Black Soul Music Experience Podcast 6. And don't forget to check out my video podcast episodes by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/the Black Soul Music Experience, or go to the YouTube homepage and type in the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. You can also leave your feedbacks, comments, and replies by going to my Facebook homepage. Go to facebook.com/the Black Soul Music Experience podcast. You can also tweet me on X, aka Twitter, at Sam Wilson Jr. 66. Follow me on Instagram at SAMM.Y2980. And follow me on Blue Sky at Sam Wilson Jr. 66.bsky.social. As always, partying, remember this: reach for the top and your dreams will come true, and it can happen to you. From all of us, take care, God bless, thanks for listening, and have a safe and happy summer.